Gary wants me to put out a ton of content for free, right? He wants me to be super patient. He wants me to put all the money back into the business. He wants me to spend tons of time and hours figuring shit out that's actually current, which takes away from leisure time. Basically, I want you to eat shit for the next decade. Sell dumb shit in your house. I don't have money, Gary, good. You have stuff in your house. Even like people that aren't making a lot of money have fucking stuff.
At least $1,000 of crap.
Yes. And if you don't, I'll teach you how to take 30 bucks and turn it into 1,000. I fucking did in Trash Talk episode 3. It was called $20 of Olympic pins for over 1,000. Real life, real talk. Do you have the humility to go garage sailing? That's the question. Do you have humility to go to a dollar store and walk out, and while everybody is at that Whole Foods and sees you walking out with bags from the dollar store, people don't like judgment. Do you have the humility when you don't have a car to go pick up something on Craigslist and take the fucking bus and sit with a lamp on your lap?
Well, why wouldn't you want to do that? That sounds fun.
Because it's easier for people mentally to complain and blame than to take on accountability.
Why do you curse so much? For a guy who doesn't need to.
Because I only believe in authenticity. It's how I talk. When I think about, do I care about my employees? It feels more in my brain and my heart and my soul. Do I give a fuck about my employees more than do I care about my employees? That's from my brain and heart to my mouth.
But I feel like there are people who
will never consume my content. Are you kidding me?
Because of the F.
I am willing to deal with the ramifications of me being my full self.
Do you curse at home?
A ton.
In front of your kids?
Yep. I'm just not devastated to go into my 4th grade teacher and Mrs. Thompson's like, you have a real problem. What's that, Mrs. Thompson? Your daughter curses. I just don't see that as a real problem. Me and Mrs. Thompson just don't see the world the same way. I am the byproduct of Mrs. Thompson telling me my whole life that I would be a failure. Mrs. Thompson thought that a D in science was going to be my downfall, just like she thinks saying fuck is her downfall. I don't agree.
Yeah, okay, so we made progress on that, but it's going slower than I'd like. We've only made a couple $1,000s.
Only made a couple thousand. Oh my God.
Punch him.
Only made a couple thousand? Come on, bruh. How much did you have before?
0. What is this?
Who works harder, me or you?
Me.
How
100%.
do you know that?
You just can't be working 18 hours a day every day the way I am. I just don't think you are. I just believe it in my heart.
But you don't really know anything about me.
You're right.
Okay.
I worked every hour of my 20s, all of them.
Yeah, I did too.
You guys see how hard I'm working now. Think about what I was doing when I didn't have it. I would literally rather somebody come up here, shoot me with a gun, and steal my passport than lose my phone. How much is this, my friend?
I wanted to get like $100 for it.
Let me give it some thought. Thank you. I'm not gonna buy everything, but I promise you, I would have destroyed that man's face and got it for $50. I would have then been able to easily put that on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Instagram, and probably get 300 to 500 bucks. I might just buy it for 50, just to make my point. My friend, would you take 50 for it? Yeah. Told you.
I am fucking crazy, but I am free.
I swallow every piece of gum. What? I've swallowed every piece of gum that I've ever chewed in my life. Mark, hard-hitting question. Did you steal wearing the same thing every day from Steve Jobs?
I don't think so. I just think I was maybe a little lazy.
Who do you love the most in the world?
My family.
Good. Who in your family? Pick one.
All of them.
Every day, make like literally once a day.
Genuinely sit there for 5 minutes and make pretend one of them got shot in the face.
We can start with a little jingle like Internet Humor Productions. Can we get the song The Sounds of the Supermarket? That old 70s supermarket theme, and then
we need that.
I think that would be a really could we do that, or is that like licensed?
I'd have to check.
It's like
probably licensed.
Yeah, but it's supermarket music.
It's probably licensed.
I know it's probably licensed, but you know what I mean? Like, it's supermarket music. But man, I almost want to play it because I just like it makes me want to shop.
Man, I want to buy something. You got the supermarket music on.
Makes me want to go buy an NFT.
Oh yeah, I got to talk about. Oh, never mind. Okay, we won't get into that right now. I was thinking about just a little teaser. I was thinking about MetaSlave. You're speechless right now.
This meta shit has gone crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's called MetaSlave, and it was literally just AI generated black people that you could buy as NFTs.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like the craziest thing I've ever heard of.
Why?
I guess they were trying to do something good for the black community, but you're literally just selling.
You're selling slaves.
Yeah.
But it's not real slaves.
No, they're not. It's like an art thing. Yeah, of course. You know what I mean. It's very artsy and stupid. But yeah.
What? I mean, I bet they're more expensive than real slaves were. Too, and that's, you know what I mean.
I mean, that's a.
I'm just.
I mean,
that's. I'm not. Yeah.
I don't know what they even like have an opinion about when you after you said that.
It's like why bring it back? You know.
Yeah, I mean that. I mean, I think that's everyone said. They were like, "Why the hell would you do that?" Like, it doesn't even make sense. How is this helping black people by selling slaves?
What is it? Can't you see I want
What? I mean,
they're not like real people, but that's what you're basically doing is selling the look of a African American person.
They're selling girlfriends now too, also that you
Well,
can have like sex with. So it's kind of
okay.
like the same. It's like you can buy like a sex slave now.
But that works out. I think that's more like.
I mean, you might get like some type of use out of that versus like you could just buy an African slave NFT.
That is correct, dude. That like I heard that and I almost was just like, we live in the modern age. Like this is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. You know what I mean? Like who would ever think to make an NFT slave thing? That is meta.
Yeah, I'm too tired of the NFT metaverse stuff. I mean,
no, I'm tired of it, but it was just something new, and we just talked about it last week.
Yeah, no, it's an expansion. The metaverse expansion pack, slaves.
Oh my god.
And sex slaves.
Yeah, that's what's happening basically.
Yeah, the girlfriend. I guess it's not technically a sex slave. It's like a girlfriend, but like you fucking bought a girlfriend. And you pay more to get the naked version of it, and then you can get like not safe for work content in the metaverse with it.
What?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
See, it's an expansion pack.
It's the NSFW metaverse expansion pack.
Yeah, for real.
God.
When is the MCU and the metaverse gonna like cross over?
I'm here for that.
Like when Fortnite does all the
crossover shit.
Yeah, like when are you gonna be able to get an Iron Man suit in the fucking metaverse, bro?
I'm trying to swing on meta trees and meta Fortnite.
What?
Yeah, well, everything's meta.
That word is losing its meaning.
Yeah, it really is. It's just it means tech. It means the modern age. You know,
it means I don't know. I don't care what meta means. You know, it means
Yeah, you lost it. You won't know the meaning.
Yeah, I just listened to the word too much. Too much meta going on in my lungs right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I am pretty tired of it. I will say, I don't know why people are also talking about it like it's a thing right now. When it's like...
When it's a thing?
When it's a thing that's going to take like 5 to 10 years to like... Really, even Mark Zuckerberg said that, it's going to take 5 or 10 years to really get this thing off the ground.
And maybe it will, but I mean, it looks like complete like dog shit. Like you shouldn't have even released it yet.
But it's Facebook. They'll figure out a way to cram it down someone's throat to be able to use.
Yeah, like some demographics through it. Sure. Yeah, I want to get in real quick to the Billie Eilish Kanye situation. But so Billie Eilish, she on stage, like I guess helped somebody with like going through a panic or an asthma attack, got them an inhaler and stuff, and she like stopped the show for it. And I'm not sure. I mean, I just heard this yesterday, but I'm not sure if she said anything at all. But I heard she said, "Well, I stop the show if people in the crowd needs help. My fans need help." And then Kanye just puts her on blast like randomly, and it's just like, "You better apologize to Travis Scott." and it's like, okay.
How-
It's not like she name dropped him.
Yeah,
to be
she
fair.
didn't name drop him, and Travis Scott did do something fucked up. I mean, maybe she could, if she was calling him out, maybe
She should have just name dropped him.
or maybe she just shouldn't have been. So she should not have done it, I guess. But I mean, he still did something fucked up. So
No, I mean he deserves to be accountable for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, I just think that's hilarious. That Kanye's going through his thing right now. He's just doing his thing.
yeah, he I feel bad for him. I mean,
In a way, for sure.
yeah, you can tell that he struggles with mental illness. And
Yeah, he's all for like years now.
Yeah,
like
but
7 years.
sometimes I think people just don't really see that much, and man, he just gets like the short end of the stick every single time because he goes crazy. But it's like he's like bipolar, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's like in a really like tough spot,
yeah,
being like a really
definitely.
rich and famous person.
Well, he's like one of the most famous people alive. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
When you're that famous, like, yeah, things get a little, you get a lot of gray areas, you know what I mean? With how, like, you should act and how you should feel every day. Especially with dealing with what he's dealing with, so.
Man,
Yeah, people definitely need to give him a little, and I'm not saying he's not in the wrong for it, but he needs to get a break. A little bit. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think he just needs so much of the spotlight off of it. I don't know. Maybe
He does sell, though.
Yeah.
And that's the issue.
I think he needs to be like have a more private life. I think
For sure.
everything up on blast like that. It's like a lot of celebrities. Like I don't know how you can live like that. Like the smart ones, like Kendrick Lamar, like Joaquin Phoenix. Like you don't see shit that they're doing. What do you know about their personal lives?
Yeah, which is kind of weird, right? Because they're so famous.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's the way to go.
People definitely tried to exploit Joaquin Phoenix's mental illness like a lot. Too.
And the fact of his like dead famous brother that a lot of people really liked.
Oh yeah, I mean that's like he talks about it all the time, and so do other people to him, which is kind of messed up because he doesn't like want to hear about that.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of shit. So.
But it's like it'll always follow him.
Yeah, well, I mean
Sadly,
that's
but
that's.
he still keeps his life pretty private though, which is a good thing. I think even still, it's impossible to be completely private. In like as a celebrity, I think, but I think it's pretty possible to stay.
I mean, Kendrick Lamar is a very good example. He is like super private.
Yeah, you don't know anything that goes on in his life. I surely don't, anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. Yeah, you wanted to talk about the JayStation Nerd City, right?
Yeah, the Nerd City video, which is a really well put together video, is it's good. It's a really good video. And JayStation is just like, I know he's kind of an old meme, right? But like he's kind of crazy still. Like sometimes just like I'll forget that he exists, and then I'll watch a video, and then I'm like,
oh yeah, this guy is insane.
But like he's I mean, I feel like I've heard of this before, but I just get reminded of it because of the Nerd City video. He is like extremely abusive and threatens people all the time.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I mean, I knew he's pretty like off the wall when it comes to like anger and stuff like that, but I didn't think he was like that bad.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy. He like threatens people all the time. He threatens to dox people. I think he's he doxed Keemstar, I think.
Yeah, he has doxed people before. I know that. Well, there's a million people that do stupid shit like that, so maybe it's not him, but I'm pretty sure he's doxed people before.
Oh yeah, I know he doxed Keemstar. I don't know if he doxed anyone else, but yeah, but it's a bad precedent regardless.
No,
sadly, yeah, because I hate when bad things happen to Keemstar, because people are like, "Well, he fucking deserved it."
And it's like,
but it's like
double-edged sword to say something like that.
It's like when H3H3 called him out, like called G Fuel out on him.
Yeah, it's like
like, yeah, it's a good thing that it happened to Keemstar, but it's like, it's not.
But then it happened to him right back.
Yeah, no, well,
In retaliation, happened to him right back.
It also wasn't Ethan's place to say, I think, either. You know, especially for
sure.
someone who was so critical of, like, and this is also old meme news, but I just got reminded of it because I watched like an hour and a half long video. Just it was pretty much a documentary about H3.
There's a video. Just about H3.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be like him versus Keemstar, because there's a 6-hour him versus Keemstar documentary thing on YouTube right now.
Oh my God, no, I didn't see that, but I know he's been battling Keemstar for a long time.
Still is.
I know. I don't know why he continues. I think if he just let the fight go, you know, but he continues to go back. I don't know if he knows that's what he shouldn't do, or
I think
he like likes the content that he can make out of it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
I think he wants to make him feel like how he's like made like people he's accused of in the past feel. I think he genuinely feels like what is it? I don't even know what to call it, like a vigilante almost. Like I genuinely think that's his mindset about that. You know what I mean? Like he feels like he has some sort of duty as a more famous YouTuber than the people he's called out for being like P-words.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's sad when bad things happen to Keemstar, because then it's like no, it's still a bad thing.
Yeah, you're not supposed to dox people. You're not supposed to try and take people's sponsorships away. You're not supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, but then it's like, oh, but it's Keemstar.
Yeah, you should just keep that behind closed doors when you say that. You know, when it happens.
Yeah.
Just maybe don't make that public, and everything will be A-okay. So JayStation.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
I got your baby and I'm gonna hurt.
Drop the baby into the toilet and flush it 2 times.
This guy thinks he's about to get lucky with a 14-year-old girl. I'm probably about as excited as he is.
I have so much good ideas for YouTube. We're gonna find the perfect dumpster.
We are finally saving Kermit the Frog from Michael Jackson.
That little boy's definitely gonna want to play with this.
I just love little boys.
I'm gonna kill you, dog. I'm gonna go right for the neck, man. Right for the neck.
Sacrifice like little 12-year-old girls because that's when they're fertile, that's when they're most pure and they're still a virgin.
Don't believe me, well guess what? Who made 24-hour challenge popular? Me. Who made 3 a.m. challenges popular? Me. Who's gonna make the next one popular? Me.
Maybe we could dive down and get a bracelet from one of the dead 12-year-olds.
Just expose this motherfucker.
You guys want me to die? Do you guys want me to die?
And I'm definitely gonna sue the shit out of these motherfuckers. YouTubers think they're better than me. They think they're better than JayStation. So, you know, I plan on being one of the biggest YouTubers on this whole entire website. I had 50,000 people tell me I should die yesterday.
And obviously he's just a guy that steals content. I think in the video they said like 59% of his content is stolen videos, right down to like the beat for beat for beat.
Ooh,
yeah,
dude, that's pain.
Yeah, and then he'll call people out on stealing his content.
When it's just him stealing theirs.
Yeah, and he literally stole their content and then fakes the evidence, essentially. Yeah, and then was like, "This dude is so fucking fake."
Little J Trump.
Trump Station. Trump Station. I think he's gotten off YouTube, though.
Yeah, he's banned.
Yeah,
and it's on Dr. Phil talking about it.
My name's Jay, but on social media, I'm known as JayStation. I'm known for making prank social media videos. At one point, I had 6.5 million subscribers on one channel and 800,000 on the other. All of my videos were fake and planned out. They were pranks and often got me a lot of haters. For example, on one video, I drank a potion to turn gay.
Okay, sister, so what do you think?
I got a lot of people mad at me for that.
Jay's in the emergency room, they don't know what's wrong with him.
Another time I filmed a video of me being in a coma. I wasn't.
Jay, you think you can drive, bro? Should I let him drive, guys?
Over a year ago, I posted a series of videos about the fake death of my girlfriend. YouTube decided to ban me from posting videos. I had to tell all of my followers I was taking a break.
Thank you for rocking with me and understanding this. I'll be back. Not sure when.
YouTube terminated my account. Basically, overnight, my source of income was gone. It's been almost 2 years since being banned. I knew my videos were controversial. Yes, some people might think I crossed the line, but I really don't think I went too far.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Swear to God.
Are you fucking serious?
And Dr. Phil's like, well, have you tried to talk to YouTube about getting yourself back on there? Like, I'm a changed man and I'll never do it again. Like, he was like shouting him out. You could obviously tell they did zero research.
Oh yeah.
On who he is.
For sure.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I haven't seen that, but that's really funny.
Might sprinkle some of that in there for sure. Oh my god, that's such a good video.
When you put up anything at all, they take it down, no matter what it is. You put it up under a different name, under anything, they take anything you put up down, right?
Yeah, Dr. Phil, basically YouTube said I'm banned from being in possession of any YouTube channel. I can't post anything, even if I make a new account.
Yeah, is there any kind of appeal? I mean, have you filed an appeal? Have you said, look, I get it, I've crossed the line? Is there some probationary way you can come back? Is there anything you can do to kind of make amends?
I wish I had seen that video. That's funny. Yeah, JayStation taken off YouTube. He's a fucking maniac, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, definitely.
They do a lot of interviews with former damn, I forgot that they're gonna fucking kill me out here. They got former
like actors.
Yeah, literally actors.
Yeah. From his fake ass videos.
For real. And like the amount of kids that really love this guy is insane. Because you know it's kids. They even show a bunch of kids in the video, and it's like, man, kids are just so fucking stupid.
Well, they're like sponges, man. They're
I
like
know,
little sponges.
and I know they're not gonna be stupid forever, and they're gonna look back at themselves watching fucking JayStation and be like, "Ugh."
Yeah, it's gonna give them a shiver. For
Remember,
sure.
like Sky does Minecraft and fucking Bashreverse. Do you know that Bashreverse is dead?
Oh, I feel like I remember him dying.
He died of coronavirus.
Yeah. Wait, when?
In 2020, I
My
think.
phone or your
That's
notes?
what I found.
Okay, I gotta look at this now. This is interesting. This is an interesting development for me. Did he get... oh my god. Yeah, I feel like I remember this, actually.
Yeah, I didn't even know he fucking died. You remember? Yeah, man. Poor Bashreverse, man. He really fucking...
Man, he had a tough career. I mean,
yeah, right after Minecraft YouTube died. Yeah.
Not to mention then the whole, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I just thought it was crazy that he fucking died. Slipped right on my fucking head, man. It was,
Yeah. That is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of it. I was like...
Oh, so you knew?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw the pictures of, like, the news
Where he,
article, and
like,
it was like...
He's, like, wearing, like, a fucking, like, mask or some shit.
I just remember the long, straight hair. Towards the
And,
end
and
of
his beard, his little chin beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fucking, you know, what a YouTuber back in the day. But you watched
sure.
him, I assume.
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
What? You were lucky.
I watched him whenever everything happened.
Oh.
When all the stuff came out.
Sky Does Minecraft. No, I know you watched Sky Does Minecraft.
No, I didn't really either. I watched a tiny bit of Sky Does Minecraft.
Did you watch,
Think of more. I watched the Yogscast.
Yogscast?
That was when I was like 11.
Oh, that makes sense. See, that, like, JayStation is the new Yogscast.
I don't know about that. Lewis and Simon from Yogscast, dude.
I saw that someone did a metal cover of Diggy Diggy Hole. Is that not Yogscast?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I listened to that probably recently. Not because I like love it, just because I remembered it. Because sometimes I'll listen to old Minecraft parodies I used to watch to get a laugh. You know what I mean? Like Captain Sparkles.
Oh really? Oh yeah. Captain Sparkles was great. I remember watching his like modded like survival run that he did.
Oh god, Captain Sparkles is back though. He got big again.
He did. Some people just know how to reinvent themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
So yeah, you talked about the kids liking JayStation.
Kids love JayStation. It's fucking.
We've been back and forth on this JayStation topic.
Hey, JayStation. There's a lot to talk about. He's just a really likable guy. You just want to talk about him a lot. You know what I mean?
The most likable guy you can even say.
I gotta go buy some fucking bullets. Yeah.
Gonna win a humanitarian award for sure.
JayStation.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a Nobel Peace Prize for bringing peace to all children across the world.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, and if you're watching this for the first time, it's a Steven Seagal reference right there. Right?
JayStation is gonna break down a nuke.
Yeah,
for the United Nations.
He's gonna definitely destroy a nuclear device, 100%.
He's going to save a child from a nuclear device.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then he's gonna do it at 3 a.m. I don't know. Oh my god, I don't even fucking need that shit.
Just selling them big items.
You know what? I'm not gonna get any money for that. So
you are really having a tough time staying on this JayStation topic.
I'm sorry.
It's New Vegas. We're talking about Steven Seagal.
I'm trying not to talk about New Vegas as much because I don't want to rehash what I said before about it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to. Motherfucker. I'm not getting into that shit. It's hard to. I'm getting at the part of the game where it's where I can actually like. I'm probably gonna kill Benny at the end of this episode, or maybe even before. So.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
I like that every time you load in, that guy Ragdoll's dead too. Okay, no more visuals.
JayStation.
No more visuals. JayStation.
Yeah, he's a pretty fucking likable guy, I would say. He
That almost killed me. I about busted out laughing.
It's J Boy. What's his real name? Do you know that?
Jay something.
Hey, what can I get you?
I think. I don't remember. I feel like I've heard his last name before. And...
Yeah, me too. It's in the video. I just can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
God, I gotta do some more shit for the game. I'm sorry. I'm just
You're
annoyed
fine.
by it. J Boy. I'm trying to think of what else in that video. Like, obviously the 3 a.m. shit. I wanted to talk about like how do you have no integrity? You know what I mean? Like, I get making content for kids. That's good content for kids. Like, you know the show Yo Gabba Gabba?
Yeah, I remember.
You know that show's...
Gabba.
I didn't watch it as a kid, but a lot of kids did. And I thought it was just some goof-ass TV show when I was a kid. But Tabitha was telling me that it's, like, actually a pretty good, like, experimental show for kids. Like, they brought all kinds... You know that fucking My Chemical Romance was on that show?
Interesting.
Yeah, they bring all kinds of people on all the time. And it's pretty crazy.
I remember liking it.
I never watched it. I think
it came out towards the end of that.
Yeah,
watching
because I was into SpongeBob at like by the time the shit came on Yo Gabba Gabba. So, but yeah, like I get making content for kids. You know, kids need good content. But like where JayStation fails, I think in what I just see as like just having no like pride in your work, which I'll talk about with Gary Vee too. But
little Gary Vee teaser.
Is that he steals content, he puts it together in 2 fucking seconds, and makes $1 million fucking dollars. He has no integrity.
Not at all. I mean, he's like one of those people that make kids videos, but they're not really for kids. They're a little weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like bad, what is it? It's not even like manners. It's just bad attitudes to put towards like women or to put towards.
There's the gay
people.
potion video. With it's hard to watch. Man.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I've seen that one. It is.
And then the kids reenacting it is even harder to watch.
Really?
Yeah. That's gonna make your balls crawl up inside you, man. It's hard.
Yeah, that sounds sickening.
You're gonna be like sinking into your couch. If you're sitting on the couch and watching that video, you're gonna be sinking into it.
What is a sunken place? Yeah.
You're gonna go
get out.
You're gonna get out. JayStation's gonna invade your body.
JayStation's brain in my body.
What up,
3 a.m.
guys?
challenge.
What's his what's his fucking YouTube? He calls his subscribers JayNation.
Maybe it is JayNation. Who knows? I mean, like it's just probably something horribly stupid.
It always is something like that.
You got any more on the J-Bone? JayStation?
No, I don't. JayStation is just he's a real guy's guy. He has made a lot of good content. He's worked with Mr. Beast. And
you can talk about the video a little bit more if you want to shout out
yeah.
City a
Oh
little
my
bit.
god. Yeah. I want to gush about it because I feel like it was just really well made. It feels like a fucking movie. It's really good.
People have been reacting to it on like Twitch and stuff a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that gets us into fucking DarkViper too. If you want to just segue.
Yeah, let's just
fucking
definitely segue into DarkViper and MoistCritikal and Hassan Piker and.
I haven't seen anything with the Hassan Piker.
Well,
I know
he specifically called.
He specifically called out, and
MoistCritikal and Hassan and XQC. No, he didn't do XQC because
I've seen more people calling out Hassan on different videos as well too.
Oh my god, Hassan is getting so much flack as a human being. It's crazy.
I haven't seen any of his work, so I'm not gonna say. But from what I understand, because I think there's a clear line in reaction and commentary content where if you are commentating enough and adding enough to where the video is about essentially you and what you have to say and the entertainment that you're bringing
the
to it.
critique of it or the comedy or making jokes about it.
The entertainment that you bring to the video.
100%.
That's not there in the original. You know, perfectly fine. If you're just gonna be like Pokemon and watch Avatar all stream.
Well, I think the line is also between, I mean, a lot of like TV shows, like streaming just straight up like, you know, like Hassan's bad about this and Pokemon and, you know, a bunch of streamers on Twitch. They watch full episodes of like MasterChef or Avatar or Hunter x Hunter or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're watching, I mean, full episodes and they're talking and commentating, but like, I mean, how during a live stream, how much energy can you have towards reacting to an hour-long episode?
Exactly. And that's why on YouTube, when you cut it down, it's
fair use.
Yeah. And I think it can be fair use on Twitch if you know how to do it right, too. Like, if you were actually commenting, pausing the video, reacting with your audience, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Critical and Hassan, when they're watching YouTube videos, they do that a lot.
Yeah.
They pause it, they talk about it.
MoistCritikal, so both of their first videos, I don't know. The DarkViper, have you seen his reaction video to MoistCritikal?
Dude, it's so funny.
It's
ages.
His second video is so good too.
I don't know what he's responding to here, but I did write a 14-page script explaining it's a 14-page document. You against a 14-page meticulously written page. It's 14-page meticulous page. It's 14 pages. On page 14, DarkViper, fuck the Loch Ness Monster, is 14 pages long. That's a 14-page fuck. Which is what I spent 14 pages establishing. We were in the 14 pages of writing. In all 14 pages that I wrote, I fucked the Loch Ness Monster, as I again established so heavily in that 14-page document.
14 pages! Yeah! He wrote 14 meticulous pages.
He made a new response video, and it's way shorter. It is so much better. What he must have done crack before the first video, because he fucking straightened the fuck up in that second video.
You know what's really funny? H3 made his like solo channel. He made a video about it.
I saw the video, yeah.
And he was like, "Man, this guy's pupils are so dilated." Making a joke. He's like, "These guy's pupils so dilated. Man, this guy has to be, you know, on some like Adderall or something." Oh my god,
he definitely is.
His eyes were like fat, but then he like came out and was like, DarkViper like shit on Ethan on Twitter because he's like, I have a liver disease or a lymph node disease. It was a lymph node disease, right? I'm trying to think. Is it lymph node? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, I'm pretty sure. No. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. thyroid. I couldn't think of the word. It's a thyroid. issue.
Thyroid issue.
And apparently the medicine like makes his eyes dilate like that or something. And he was just shitting on Ethan for that, but he didn't really say anything else about what he said.
Ethan, the line in that video that had me cacking up is, and that video is really good by him, by the way, but the one thing where he's like, you can be a hypocrite and still be right. It's like, yeah, says the fucking hypocrite, bro. Like, of course you'd fucking say this. Ethan, being
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean,
which is true, but it's like, yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like his whole thing is that he's not right all the time, but there's a good amount of times where he's been right, but just been a hypocrite about it.
Yeah, which being a hypocrite kind of just it just invalidates about how people it invalidates your integrity. Everyone's a hypocrite sometimes, but you know, when you're on a big platform like that, it's your responsibility to make sure that like.
Well, I mean, he's better about it.
Oh, I agree.
Like during the start of the podcast, he would let things fly and then just never address them.
Yeah,
Which
well, the Keemstar shit is definitely hypocritical, like him getting rid of the G Fuel stuff, which again, Keemstar deserved, but like, did you remember he made like 3 videos when the apocalypse happened?
Yeah,
about the very same thing that happened that Wall Street Journal did to YouTube, and then he turns around and he's like, take ads away from Keemstar.
Yeah, I mean,
which is his biggest offense, in my opinion, is that really.
Oh, 100%. That is his biggest offense.
Which is, but like,
and it's not to give him any like
that, because I was more cynical towards Ethan before I watched the hour and a half long documentary, and it kind of made me like feel for him a little more, I think, which wasn't the intended goal of the video. It's very, very center line. It's not trying to be like Ethan shit or why he's great. It's just like, here's everything that's happened.
Like, he's very unlucky in like the situations he's put himself in, and what other people have kind of put him in drama wise.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like 4 years ago, you know what I mean? Around that era, like 2016 to 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate for him. But at the same time, has been very hypocritical and has made a lot of mistakes.
Which is sad, and I don't think he's a bad person or anything, but...
I mean, you're on YouTube for so long, you're gonna make mistakes.
And I think he's kind of acknowledged that he, like, the fame has kind of gotten to him a little bit, too. Which I think is his biggest thing, is, like, I do think the fame has gotten to him in a bad way, where it's obviously messing with his mental health as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. We're on the DarkViper. Yeah, DarkViper. I love that. What is it? 14 meticulous pages.
Oh my god.
The 14 meticulous
like 90
pages.
times. He's like, 14 pages. 14 meticulous. Have you ever read the 14 pages?
Yeah, it's like, dude, it is so easy to read a 14-page document. And obviously, it seemed like he did. Like, Critical, it definitely seemed like he read the 14-page meticulously wrote document.
I didn't read the document. I wanted to, but then I just kind of forgot about it.
I just didn't care enough. I was like, I've seen like 4 videos about this.
Yeah, I think the general consensus is that MoistCritikal has points, and DarkViper has points.
But DarkViper's points are they're muted by the weird takes he had.
Yeah, it's the way he words it, which he still defends, and it's like the script is weird, and it's worded weirdly from what I understand, but the point of like people like Hassan Piker or MoistCritikal, who is a less offender but still does it, where they will just like get so enthralled in watching a video that they might not comment on it.
Yeah,
and that is stealing content, in my opinion.
Yeah,
just a little bit, because it's like it's just you getting clicks and views because you're just like, I know people are clicking on the video to watch you commentate on it, but when they get there, you're just watching the video. And then
but what
like,
about
wow,
on Twitch?
Cool. Well, that's what I'm talking about on Twitch.
You're just talking about it's straight stealing on Twitch to do that, but
on YouTube.
But what if it's not your intent? You know, it's not your intention to do that. But you do it, and you can't take it back because it's live.
I mean, I don't think it matters what your intention is because you did do it, you know. But
I mean, 100%. But I guess so. Okay. Like, if you want to react to something, make sure you.
It's your job.
To say it.
And I mean, that's a shitty thing to say. I don't really mean that, but like, I think to be someone like that, and I think people just get too set in their ways sometimes, and they might not realize. And I understand that it's like, sometimes not like, it's not, that's not what you meant to do, and I understand that. But it's like, sometimes you have to put in effort to get good content, and you can't just like, if you don't have the capacity to commentate and add something to a video, then try something else on Twitch.
No, 100%.
And I think these people have the capacity to do that, especially MoistCritikal, who doesn't even post those types of videos on his YouTube. His YouTube, which I watch most of the time, is the ones where he does commentate and he does
would
react.
never post it on YouTube.
That's what he
if
said.
He didn't. I mean, he might have before. I bet you someone's get deep diving to find one video where he doesn't talk a lot. You know, because that's what people do on the internet. But so I'd be interested to see, you know, if that's happened.
Yeah,
a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. DarkViper definitely worded things weird. I mean, he mentioned, I'm not going to get too far into it, so I don't have to censor it. But he talks about slavery
and like
drugging people.
Yeah, drugging people,
which is maybe the stupidest, like, what I mean, way to say something.
And it's a really dumb analogy, and I mean, it's just a really extreme way of saying that these people are taking advantage of other people, which can be done in a, I think, a way lighter way, you know?
Yeah, 120%. I mean, it doesn't even make sense that he would say something of that magnitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like, what? Well, you must have been like mad whenever you were writing this, because like no one wouldn't make such a, what is it, just like bold statement like that unless they were just like fuming while writing it.
Congratulations.
It's just
Not to say I know his headspace was, by the way. I know he's
Well,
very sensitive about the words that get put in his mouth. That's not what I mean. It just sounds like it.
That first video is so bad. The second video is he's like, yeah, my first video was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I just seen a little bit of it because it's like on a stream, right, where he's talking about it and it's cut.
Oh, is it? I just saw the YouTube one. It's like 10 minutes long. It worked pretty well.
Oh, maybe it was 10 minutes just cut, but it looked like he was like talking to a stream. Like it looked very fluid.
I just think if he didn't come off as so angry in the first video, then people might have taken it more seriously after the script, because like I said, he did have like, I guess, like one single valid point, you know.
Yeah, and the 14 meticulously wrote, you know, page document.
Yeah, I think it was a script for a video, if I'm not mistaken.
No, but okay, I was about to say something about that. He said one thing I hate that he said, and Ethan talks about this in his video too, is that he goes, well, the video's not even out yet, so I don't even know why you're commenting on it. But he publicly put out the 14 page.
I don't, and he said that he put it out because he like wanted it, like sometimes he might do something like this and forget to put it out, so he just fucking
he just
put it out because it was like, oh, I guess it'll remind me.
Reminder.
But like, if you write it out, I feel like if you just like keep the file open on your desktop or something,
just keep it on your desktop.
Yeah.
How messy is your desktop to never see that? I've seen my desktop every day, and I know it's on there. You know what I mean?
I think you might just be.
You know, I mean, it's not that difficult to remember 30 files on your desktop. Last point I want to make or ask about DarkViper stuff, because I don't want to spend 20 minutes talking about it.
Yeah.
Is it all for clout?
I was thinking the same thing when I saw it, and honestly, I think it's possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, right?
He knows that he was
done
gonna make
reaction content.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that either, but he has done.
Reaction content, and man, I think he fucking knew.
I know, but that's like a. Yeah, he knew it would get a lot of hate. You know what I mean? And then it would boost him in like the news, the YouTube news, internet news in general, I guess. And yeah, it definitely seems like it was for clout.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think at least some of it was, even if he had like a point that he wanted to prove.
Yeah.
Some of it was for clout. So
just one of those internet phenomena.
Yeah. Yeah, Gary V.
Stab you. Gary V. Oh, well, should we roll right into the compilation here from the start for all the people to get a little taste of what Gary V is?
Sell dumb shit in your house. I don't have money, Gary. Good. You have stuff in your house. Even like people that aren't making a lot of money have fucking stuff.
At least $1,000 of crap.
Yes. And if you don't, I'll teach you how to take 30 bucks and turn it into 1,000. I fucking did in Trash Talk episode 3. It was called $20 of Olympic pins for over 1,000. Real life, real talk. Do you have the humility to go garage sailing? That's the question. Do you have humility to go to a dollar store and walk out, and while everybody is at that Whole Foods and sees you walking out with bags from the dollar store, people don't like judgment. Do you have the humility when you don't have a car to go pick up something on Craigslist and take the fucking bus and sit with a lamp on your lap?
Well, why wouldn't you want to do that? That sounds fun.
Because it's easier for people mentally to complain and blame than to take on accountability. Gary wants me to put out a ton of content for free, right? He wants me to be super patient. He wants me to put all the money back into the business. He wants me to spend tons of time and hours figuring shit out that's actually current, which takes away from leisure time. Basically, I want you to eat shit for the next decade.
Why do you curse so much? For a guy who doesn't need to.
Because I only believe in authenticity. It's how I talk. When I think about, do I care about my employees? It feels more in my brain and my heart and my soul. Do I give a fuck about my employees more than do I care about my employees? That's from my brain and heart to my mouth.
But I feel like there are people who
will never consume my content. Oh, are you kidding me?
Because of the F.
I am willing to deal with the ramifications of me being my full self.
Do you curse at home?
A ton.
In front of your kids?
Yep. I'm just not devastated to go into my 4th grade teacher and Mrs. Thompson's like, you have a real problem. What's that, Mrs. Thompson? Your daughter curses. I just don't see that as a real problem. Me and Mrs. Thompson just don't see the world the same way. I'm the byproduct of Mrs. Thompson telling me my whole life that I would be a failure. Mrs. Thompson thought that a D in science was going to be my downfall, just like she thinks saying fuck is her downfall. I don't agree.
Yeah, okay, so we made progress on that, but it's going slower than I'd like. We've only made a couple $1,000.
Only made a couple thousand. Oh my God!
Punch him.
Only made a couple thousand? Come on, bruh. How much did you have before?
0. What is this?
Who works harder, me or you?
Me.
How do you know that?
You just can't be working 18 hours a day every day the way I am. I just don't think you are. I just believe it in my heart.
You don't really know anything about me.
You're right.
Okay.
I worked every hour of my 20s, all of them.
Yeah, I did too.
You guys see how hard I'm working now. Think about what I was doing when I didn't have it. I would literally rather somebody come up here, shoot me with a gun, and steal my passport than lose my phone. How much is this, my friend?
I wanted to get like $100 for it.
Let me give it some thought. Thank you. I'm not gonna buy everything, but I promise you, I would have destroyed that man's face and got it for $50. I would have then been able to easily put that on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Instagram, and probably get 300 to 500 bucks. I might just buy it for 50, just to make my point. My friend, would you take 50 for it? Yeah. Told you.
I am fucking crazy, but I am free.
I swallow every piece of gum. What? I've swallowed every piece of gum that I've ever chewed in my life. Mark, hard-hitting question. Did you steal wearing the same thing every day from Steve Jobs?
I don't think so. I just think I was maybe a little lazy.
Who do you love the most in the world?
My family.
Good. Who in your family? Pick one.
All of them.
Every day, make like literally once a day.
Genuinely sit there for 5 minutes and make pretend one of them got shot in the face.
Gary V. I'm sure a lot of people might know who Gary V is, but this is what I did. I did a lot of not a lot. I did a little bit of research for this.
Yeah, I know as much as just I've seen. I've seen a good bit, but not anything
I watched
extensive.
Well, so my research is limited, but I watched 2 videos on his channel, and then I watched like pretty much a rundown of. I got him. Damn. Yo, fuck Benny, bro. I think Mr. House is going to get mad at me.
I think you might have. Yeah.
I just
Went a
killed it.
little overboard.
I need to go sleep in a bed though, because I'm fucked right now. But so Gary V, king of YouTube, king of TikTok, I guess now too.
King of NFTs.
King of NFTs, NFT restaurant owner, pretty much created Facebook and Twitter. That's not true, but so I did some. So do you know how he got a start?
Wasn't it like, okay, let me think. I remember like food critiquing, right?
It was, well, first he created a wine selling website. He pretty much took his dad's website.
Mm-hmm.
And then expanded it to online, and rose the company to be like worth like 60 million, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah. I forgot what the website was called. It was like wine. It was like something wine. But then he started a YouTube channel later on after that, where he did wine critiquing.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was, wine critiquing.
And he's I think it's what's known as an angel investor, right?
I don't know, but
he essentially, by the way, I just picked sneering imperialist, and it's kind of fucked up because it's like weaponized racism, but
okay.
Sometimes I mean,
Fallout New Vegas, baby.
Yeah. Well, it's not like racism to like real racist. It's like racism to like Fallout racist. So.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the tribes and shit.
Oh.
These guys are fucking swarming. I just need to take a fucking nap. So Gary Vee got a start on YouTube, made a wine website, shit like that, dumb shit. And he invested into Twitter. I think it was Twitter and Facebook.
And invented it.
Yeah, he pretty much created Mark Zuckerberg.
In a lab.
And in a lab, behind his dad's New Jersey wine shop. And he single-handedly made Twitter. And he invests in a lot of tech startups. Like I think now he has over 100 investments in tech startup.
Okay.
And this is my main philosophy that I'm getting around Gary Vee, is that he's a shit machine that throws it all at the wall, and whatever sticks makes him a lot of money, and whatever doesn't, he doesn't talk about.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist.
He just does everything. He has a literal YouTube video on his channel that talks about, it's like, don't create content, just pretty much film everything and post it all on YouTube, and it's bound to take off.
Like eventually.
Yeah, like eventually, essentially.
Okay.
Like he's like, just record every single detail of your life. I don't know if he says that verbatim, but that's the vibe I got from the video.
I'll try and find that clip and put it in here.
Yeah, it's like don't create content, create something. I don't remember, man. But I watched that video, and then like him being an angel investor, makes me feel like he just puts it like everything in the kitchen table into what he has, and then like something's bound to work,
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad philosophy, but do you have the income to do that?
I guess, yeah. But what I think, I mean, he tries to get like tries to get a lot of people to do that same mantra, and it doesn't work for everyone. You know what I mean?
No, it's like it's a gamble. You know what I mean? It's for sure a gamble. Anything investment wise is gambling.
It is gambling, and him being like, "Oh, you got to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You got to get that grind, and if you do, you'll eventually be rich like me. And then one day I'm going to buy the New York Jets." That's what he wants to do. That's like his big dream. Is that he wants to buy the New York Jets.
Probably do that now.
Well, no, because the New York Jets is worth like billions, and he only has hundreds of millions. Yeah, I think it's the Jets. You're gonna have to fact check that. He wants to buy New York.
The Jets like football team?
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense. I mean, I'm trying to think. I think there's another one though, right?
Yeah, there's the is it the Giants?
Giants, yeah, New York Giants and the Jets. Is he? I'm trying to think. Maybe he's a Giants fan though.
Maybe he is a Giants fan. You know what?
We don't. I'll put. There will be a picture with him with a hat or something.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. He wears the fucking jersey.
He wears the cap. He wears the jersey.
He puts on a suit. He puts on a full New York whatever suit.
Like I'd love to see like a Big Apple suit. And Gary V in it.
I'd like to see like a 1960s guy fully dressed up because that's what they required you to do back then. And he's got like it's like a fedora and a nice suit, but it's like all New York Jets.
Just like pimped out.
Pimped out in New York Jets. But
yeah, bandana suits. We can talk about bandana suits.
Bandana suits are great. I think if you wanted to do anything better in life, you just buy like a bandana suit, like the bandana pattern, but in like a full like 3-piece suit, you know. Oh, you're not gonna try and kill me because it's the restaurant.
That's good. That's good.
Gary V wearing a bandana suit is probably
that would be top tier content.
Yeah, that would be. I just killed everyone that runs this facility. I don't know why they're all still like gathered around here.
I don't even know what just happened. I just watched you massacre a whole building's worth of people. And
well, my character's kind of designed to shoot first, ask questions later, and so I have the authority to do that.
You sound exactly like him when you said.
Oh my god,
you're like, and I have the authority to do that.
I'm Steven Seagal, all man, bro.
And you do have the authority to kill all these people. Gary V is the funniest. I think he's the funniest, like quote unquote influencer out there right now. Genuinely.
His NFT stuff is kind of shady, but I think everything else is just like
shady. Everything about him's shady. He's just like.
But that might be like some of the worst, the most egregious stuff he does, because everything else, like he just tries to give advice, and I think it's just bad advice. And I would hope that people don't take his advice to heart,
Dude,
but you know they might.
You don't even have to say they might.
They do.
Every time I look up, like, if I look up Gary V quotes, they're all inspirational. Not one of them are funny.
Not on purpose funny.
Yeah, well, exactly. Not on purpose funny. But genuinely, they're like some of his like more neutral good take, quote unquote good takes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you can tell they're not trying to be funny though, and it's really like, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, if you like Gary V, I mean, I guess no judgment, but
just I would
take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, take it with like everything, you know what I mean? Because like I think he's right about some things, but again, that's like his mantra. Like if he says enough advice, some of it is bound to be helpful.
Yeah, facts.
And that's how I feel about it.
That's an accurate statement.
It's like if he gives you enough advice, some of it might be useful, but that doesn't mean that everything he says is useful, or that even a lot of the things he says is useful, either. But
I would say most of it isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna put my opinion on it. He's a complete weirdo.
Yeah, he's definitely a weirdo. He, man, I just want him to buy the fucking New York Jets or Giants or whatever.
And then just do that.
And then just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but he won't be able to do that for another few years.
He will never be able to buy the New York Jets. I'm sorry, Gary V. I'm sorry to squash on your dreams. Maybe one day you will, but, you know.
Yeah, once those tech companies start to blow up when you're like 80 years old or something.
And you just lost a bunch of money on Facebook because Meta just fucking fell a bunch, so, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the kind of economy he lives in, though. You know what I mean? Gambling economy. That should just, like, go to show, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, what kind of person he is that he sits around and gambles, basically, for all he's worth. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, definitely invest into safe stocks. Like, you know, I mean, that's good. Not financial advice. But it definitely, you know what I mean? If you can. But then
he's clearly been through the game.
But don't gamble in stocks. Like,
Yeah, he's been through the game. He knows how it works, but no one knows how the stock market works, and no one knows how to make it in the world. You know what I mean? No one knows that shit. Like every success story is different, has different ways. People sometimes will be poor all their life. Sometimes people like Samuel Jackson won't get a break until they're like 45.
Yeah, that's true.
And like the stock market's even more unknown, and you can study it and know about it, but
it's never guaranteed.
Yeah, it's never fucking guaranteed.
That's for sure. Gary Vee's kind of like, he's like a nuisance, but also the funniest man to exist.
You know, I like the you eat shit video always. I called most of his advice that isn't useful. I called it non-advice, which is just a way to say that he just says shit.
Yeah, puts it out in the universe.
Yeah.
If someone takes it, they take it.
Like, it's just like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. He's had some pretty hot takes before, though, that I'm certain that a lot of people won't agree with. He's like, I'd rather start off poor. I'd rather be poor.
Yeah, well, this guy's like a multi-millionaire.
He's like, the internet fixed racism.
Ooh. That one's a tough one. In a way,
and
it helps.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it worked, like it fixed it. I'm just saying it helps. It helps getting, to know.
The thing about Gary Vee, though, is that he has pretty much always come from a privileged life, even though he might tell you that he's the immigrant success story. His parents, I'm pretty sure, were very well off from a very early start.
Yeah.
The business that Gary Vee took online was already worth $2 million before he took it. So,
hey, good for them. I don't disrespect the grind, but I definitely don't exactly respect Gary Vee or people that just go, I'm gonna take your money. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take daddy's money.
Yeah, I understand. Like, if I was in the position to where someone could give me a lot of money to do what I wanted, obviously I would take it. And, I think it just showed humility and be self-aware,
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, I guess I should also say that I would also, in that situation, probably do the same thing.
Yeah,
but
I don't know how I'd
be more humble about it.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd be if I grew up with that level of money, or like if I got that kind of support.
I'm not trying to make this a hot take, but I would never want to have that kind of money. Growing up, that just sounds like a doomed situation.
As far as money goes, there's a really funny juxtaposition that I think shows the mentality of money. Watch the Mike Tyson podcast with Steve-O, where they talk about, because Steve-O grew up, his dad was like a billionaire, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah, he owned like the Dole Fruit Company, or something like that. He owned something. He was very rich. Mm-hmm. And Steve-O, from a very early age, resented the amount of money that he had.
Yeah.
He saw that he was living like luxurious lives, and people around the world were literally like in Africa were quite frankly just slaves. And he was like, why do we live like this? But and no one else no one else does, essentially. It made him feel guilty that he had the privilege.
That's interesting.
And so for a long time he turned away money, and money wasn't important to him because probably number one, he knew that he could always fall back on his father who was rich, but number two, he just knew that having money didn't matter as much to him.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Just because he resented it?
Yeah. He resented having that kind of level of
Mm-hmm. It's almost like oh god, what's the word for it? Like responsibility. Having that kind of money.
And so for a long time during Jackass, he didn't care about how much he was getting paid and didn't care how he was living, because he had already saw what a lot of money gets you, and he didn't want that. Versus Mike Tyson, who grew up very poor, and so making sure he gets paid is extremely important to him.
Yeah.
because
100%.
he never had that luxury of having money. So when he gets it, and when he doesn't want to feel cheated, he's essentially just like, no, I get my money, you know. And I think that's the big takeaway from it, is that there's like a healthy medium of money, you know. You can be successful, but like show humility of what you have and be self-aware that, you know, you may not have what others have. And that's not to say you should feel guilty about it either.
I mean, but you do. I think you. I'm not trying to get into like everything about it, but do you think you have a responsibility as a rich person to help people under you?
A little bit.
If you're
I mean,
really
yeah.
rich, if you're really rich, not if you're like
Like Jeff Bridgos.
what? Bridgos?
Sorry, Jeff Bezos. Is tearing down a bridge. Jeff Bridgos.
Oh my God, Bridgos! It's so funny. I had to like make an edit of Jeff Bridges with Jeff Bezos' face.
Jeff Bezos is tearing down a bridge, so he can fit his like rich boy yacht into harbor, and it's like, man, you could like
do so much for that. You
Yeah.
can make housing for like tons of people.
It's pretty fucking hilarious, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like having responsibility. Like if you have that much money to just like change the world to how you see fit for your needs and wants, wants.
I'm sure you get an ego trip when you have that much money, because I feel like it's really hard to make that much money and at least not take advantage of someone or something once. And that's not to, you know.
No, 100%.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean they all do and that you have to do that, but it seems like a lot of the times it's very important.
Like it's an important piece of their story.
Yeah,
that
like
they screw somebody over.
Or that they just have an advantage that no one else has.
Yeah, that's true. It is kind of like a
it's usually
classic thing in every rich person story.
Yeah, and I don't know, but I think that Jeff Bezos.
You're off of it with this this dude's name. I can't tell if that was an accident again or if that was.
No, it was. But Jeff Bridges, he's tearing down a bridge, right? And
people are gonna be so confused listening to this. They're gonna be like, "Is it Jeff Bridges or is it Jeff Bezos?"
Amazon guy.
Yeah, Amazon penis rocket man.
The Amazonian Blue Origin Lex Luthor wannabe is just super rich and could help people if he wanted, but whatever. He's not gonna, so don't hold your breath.
Yeah, just leave it at that.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh, Gary V.
Gary
like,
V.
How did we get to Jeff Bridges?
Gary V got a lot of money though. Not a billionaire, but he got a lot of money.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's at that point where he has to feel obligated to help people.
I don't know. He has like in all of his assets, it's like $200 million.
Okay, then yeah, he does.
And I guess he thinks he's trying to help people by giving them advice.
By going, kill yourself by working. Work till you die.
I get what he's saying, like, but what I don't understand is like he'll tell you to work so hard and work so much, but then at the same time be like, just dump a bunch of shit on YouTube.
Yeah, and then he'll also just
sit
around and be like, but you have to live life.
It's like you want to take pride in your work so you can work hard. If you're just working hard to make money and you're not getting anything out of it, like making money is obviously important, but like if you're not making fucking money, then you need to be working towards making money. And so you just have to like destroy your soul for the grind.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe just work on something that you feel passionate about. And if being in Wall Street and in stocks and in things like that is something that's passionate to you, or I guess being really rich is something that's really passionate to you.
Yeah, I guess.
Then work towards that. But like don't tell people to be like work really hard, but also don't work hard into something that he does tell people that, but it's like
he's just very contradicting. And
he is, because it's weird, because I also watched a video where he said, if you have these ideas, do them, because if you don't do them, you're gonna regret it. But then turns around and is like, yeah, just like pump shit out.
Yeah. Have you seen his garage sale content?
How much is this, my friend?
I wanted to get like $100 for it.
Let me give it some thought. Thank you. I'm not gonna buy everything, but I promise you, I would have destroyed that man's face and got it for $50. I would have then been able to easily put that on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Instagram, and probably get 300 to 500 bucks. I might just buy it for 50, just to make my point. My friend, would you take 50 for it? Yeah. Told you.
I am fucking crazy, but I am free.
No.
Oh my god, dude. I almost want to stop. Maybe I might cut this out just to show you. This is your pudding?
Well, all my research I've done on Gary Vee is
we maxed it out.
I thought I had more to talk about, but I watched like an hour-long video, but that just goes to show.
Yeah, how what repetitive his content is.
Yeah, for real. Like, damn.
We have something else to talk about too. We talked about MetaSlave, DarkViper, JayStation, and Gary Vee. I feel like we had something else to talk about though.
Well, I've been watching a lot of movies, so I thought I might talk to you for a second about some movies.
Bad movies to end off the pod.
Well, maybe just movies in general, but some of them will be bad. Yes.
I remember you said you wanted to talk about a few bad movies.
I wanted to talk about Bruce Willis a little bit since we talked about Steven Seagal. Okay. Bruce Willis, just an all-around classy guy.
I mean, I like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, do you know about all of his shit stink bomb movies that he's been making for like the past 20 years? Like B movies essentially. Do you know about that? No, he made, I think he made a bunch of movies in 2021. He made like 9 or something movies in 2021. They're all like
9 movies?
Yep.
That's kind of impressive.
It's pretty much him showing up on set for 30 minutes, being in the movie for 2 seconds, and then they use stand-ins for the rest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for real.
They could pick that up.
He just makes like stinkers.
He's an action star. Of course, he makes stinkers.
He's doing what a lot of these dried up action stars are doing now.
Yeah.
Which is just make like but he gets paid most of the bulk of these fucking movies too. And so he's pretty much like stealing money from a lot of people, essentially.
In a way, I'm not that surprised.
I'm not surprised about it either.
Action stars, they tend to just do that.
And it's just lazy. He doesn't act, obviously.
He just shows up and talks.
Essentially. It's he doesn't have as much funny antics as... Oh, but there is something funny I wanted to mention that I learned. I'm talking about this because I watched the Red Letter Media video where they reviewed a bunch of Bruce Willis movies. And in that video, what the fuck? In that video, yeah, I know. They talk about how a Russian vodka company paid for his likeness to be deepfaked into a commercial. He didn't even have to show up.
That's when you've made it.
He's good, but the thing about it is like he's gonna lose the marketability of his name. I mean,
He's old as shit.
I know. I honestly don't think Bruce Willis is enough to draw people into movies now, and he's getting paid tons of fucking money.
Well, they made another Die Hard or something.
They made
recently, so he probably got money for that. But he's been in some of the best movies.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Our generation, for sure.
People love Die Hard.
Looper.
Looper is good.
I think that movie's great. Like that's just like a movie, you know what I mean?
It is really good. I really like it too. It makes me it gets kind of like boring in the middle, but then it kind of pays off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the boring stuff definitely pays off.
At the end, it
Mm-hmm.
feels very worth it. But I really wanted to talk about Gremlins 2.
You want to talk about Gremlins 2?
Yeah. And I wanted to say that movie is genuinely actually really fucking good.
What?
Yeah, for real. It's really fucking good. It's essentially a parody of the first Gremlins.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, and it's it's essentially Looney Tunes meets Gremlins.
Oh.
It
sounds less appealing.
It's fucking because the Gremlins are just they got the Looney Tunes guy also to do a lot of the designs for the Gremlins.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, and that was his stipulation in doing the movie too. He was like,
I gotta make the Gremlin.
I'm making the Gremlin more interesting. And it's funny, and so I also wanted to talk about Joe Dante a little bit because that's who made the first and second Gremlins. And I didn't even realize who he was for a long time, but I actually like a ton of his movies.
What movie? I don't know.
Yeah, he actually made a bunch of stink bombs. The only successful movie he's ever really had is Gremlins 1.
Really?
Yeah. And it's kind of a sad state of affairs because he can't really. I don't know if that's why he doesn't make movies anymore, but obviously.
You were walking down a cliff, straight up and down cliff right now, just walking down.
Yeah. Fucking made it, bro.
Very impressed with that. But has he made anything notable like that I would know other than that?
You remember Looney Tunes Back in Action, which is funny that I mentioned Gremlins 2 being a Looney Tunes movie. But he made that movie. And I also rewatched that movie because Tabitha showed me a movie called The Howling. Have you heard of that?
It sounds familiar.
It's a werewolf movie. And it actually came out, I think, a year before or after or during American Werewolf in London. But obviously American Werewolf in London is the way more popular film.
Interesting.
And the guy who was originally going to do the effects on The Howling went to an American Werewolf in London. And they're both horror comedies about werewolves.
Weird.
Yeah. And it's good. It's really good. And it has almost equatable effects to an American Werewolf in London, which is why I really like that movie. The werewolf scene where it's really gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good fucking scene in that movie. And it has a similar one in, it's not similar, but there's a werewolf transformation scene. It's very different, but still really good. His skin bubbles and boils essentially until he turns into a werewolf.
Interesting. I haven't really watched any movies recently. People have been recommending me to watch Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, that movie's good.
Yeah, people are talking about it like it's the cream of the crop of film.
Taika Waititi really makes that movie a funny H-boy, man. Yeah. I don't know if you can say that on YouTube or what it'll matter.
What?
Fucking Hitler, bro.
Oh, yeah. You can say Hitler.
Okay, yeah. Well, he plays Hitler. It's hilarious.
The imaginary friend that's Hitler?
Yeah.
That's interesting. He looks cool in that. He looks like a good Hitler. They got funny Hitler.
He is very funny.
Who also played Hitler that was really good? Oh my god.
Wait.
I can't think of it.
Michael Myers played Hitler in... Didn't he not? Wasn't that not him in Inglourious Bastards?
But I'm not so open-minded that I've lost my brains.
Oh, that's your funny. I've done this 3 times. Okay. I literally said it there every time. I don't think so. I'm going to say that now. But if he is, that's amazing.
Short of canceling our imminent travel plans,
he does play somebody, but I don't think it's Hitler.
Some of the slaves have been spreading.
It's Martin Wood.
Okay.
He is in it though.
I knew he was in it. I'm sorry. I thought he played Hitler. He's
General
not.
Ed French.
Yeah, he's a general.
That's cool. I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, Michael Myers. He's done a lot. Now he's in Uber Eats commercials.
That's sick.
as Wayne from Wayne's World. Yeah, I watched. I watch movies all the time. It's pretty fucking. I watched this really good movie called The Hitcher. And you know the main bad guy from the first Blade Runner, the main bad android. He's like the bad guy in this movie. It's a horror movie and it's like a thriller, but it kind of subverts it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you think he's just gonna be hunting him down the whole movie, but he's actually fucking with him the whole movie. Like he's like taunting him essentially. It's really weird. Like he sets him up for murder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he like kidnaps his girlfriend and is going to like pull her apart by 2 semi-trucks. Like he chained her to 2 semi-trucks.
This went from thriller to like insanity, horror.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's good though. It's really good. That was kind of a spoiler. I'm sorry. I just put up a spoiler before that if you wanted to watch it, but it's an old fucking movie, so.
I think if the movie's 20 years old, you just need to nut up about it, you know? Nut up and shut up about it.
Yeah.
You just take it.
Okay. Just don't be gone.
But yeah, I haven't watched that many movies. I been watching Atlanta, which is really good.
Oh, fucking Smiling Friends.
Yeah, let's talk about Smiling Friends.
Yeah, dude. There's not a lot to say, but good, awesome, fucking show.
Great animation.
Really good animation. A lot of the humor comes from the animation too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of physical humor. I also talk about Joe Dante because I think Michael Cusack and Zach Hadel said in a podcast I watched where they were inspired in somewhat by like Joe Dante.
Oh really?
But yeah, you know the fucking angry video game nerd is fucking Satan in that, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you talked about this.
I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure the angry video game nerd is Satan.
That's very funny if it is.
Yeah.
It's a funny little tidbit.
It's really fucking what is it? Some Ordinary Gamer, that guy.
Okay.
He plays like an Uber driver in it.
That's cool. Yeah, that's interesting. Is that it for YouTubers on there?
Oh no.
Really? Just a ton of YouTubers on there?
As far as I know, yeah. There's I mean Zach Hadel and Michael Cusack was like most of the show, but
yeah, of course.
They have like man, I'm not sure. I need to look it up real quick because I think it is I need to see the cast. Man, I don't know. I heard that
yeah, you can put it out there and I'll look it up.
I heard that Oni NG, Oni Plays, is Mr. Boss, which is a really funny fucking character. Yeah. The Frowning Friends episode.
God. Just that first scene with him.
Yeah.
You care if people eat in front of you?
Oh no, sure. That when he talks to, and the Frowning Friends episode has a lot of funny moments with him in it. He's like imagining Warren Buffett and Ronald Reagan because he's losing money, so he's talking to like investor people and they're like made up in his head. I know Oni plays Warren Buffett in that scene.
Oh, okay.
And then he's Zach plays Ronald Reagan, which is
it just classic?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that first scene though.
It's good. That's what I mean by Frowning Friends has a lot of good moments with him in it, where he's like the final episode where Charlie dies, and that's literally the name of the episode, so it's not a spoiler.
Okay.
It's called Charlie Dies and Doesn't Come Back.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah. something like that. And he fucking dies, and at his funeral, Mr. Boss is like rapping. He's like, I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna be way more cringe. But it's really fucking funny. Mr. Boss is good.
He dies and never comes back. You think he's just not gonna come back? You think he's like actually dead? Or I don't want to spoil it, so maybe we'll just.
Yeah, I'll just let you watch it. The show is really great. It's obviously it's obviously going to get a second season, but man,
A lot of people like it. A lot of people have been talking about it.
Everyone's been talking about it for good reason. It's a really good show. I see a lot of claims. It's like it's redefining television. It definitely is a big step for a lot of like internet creators on like mainstream media. Zach Adel said that he wouldn't have even done it on mainstream media if he didn't have to. Essentially,
I see.
like if he could have had the money on his own to do it on the internet, he would have just done it on the internet. But with animation, it's so hard.
Yeah, so you need multiple people.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of like, oh my god, it's just a good fucking show, man. There's so much.
Some friends, for sure. Anybody watching this, watch Smiling Friends.
It's really easy to get through in like an hour. So just watch, like, just sit down when you're eating dinner, eating that good old din din, and you know, you got dinner going on. You're eating fucking meatloaf, spaghetti and meatloaf, and you got Smiling Friends on. And oh my god,
meatloaf combo.
Speaking of Red Letter Media, he plays Desmond in the first episode. Mike Stolkowski or whatever his fucking name is. Yeah, he plays fucking Desmond.
Lead the way.
Which he's really funny. That fucking episode is hilarious.
Smiling Friends, very good, very funny from what I've seen.
It's hilarious. Tabitha even liked it. I didn't think she was gonna like it, but she thought it was pretty funny. Again, a lot of the humor comes from the animation. So it definitely comes. Can you play the clip where Kamala Harris is like, "Don't come"?
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
And then Trump is like, "Oh, I'm gonna come."
Yeah, that's probably an easy way to find that.
Keemstar has
Probably.
permitted your weapons to.
We should figure out a weekly end segment.
What do you mean? Oh yeah,
like something that we do every week to end off the.
Well, I see a lot of movies, and I definitely didn't even talk about all the movies that I wanted to talk about. So
we are hitting an hour and a half, so I want this one to be a little shorter.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, you fuck. Thanks, Arcade.
Include that robot's brain.
I forgot that when they give you your weapons back, it doesn't automatically like.
Yeah, equip them. But I feel like we should definitely come up with some sort of end segment to just wrap everything up.
Maybe we can. Let's just do like a montage of clips from all the things we. I don't.
That sounds like a much. I meant like something that we can just say or do every week or talk about every week. You know, like I think I've been watching this podcast is important with the Workaholics guys.
Oh really?
Yeah, and they do like compliments at the end of their podcast where they compliment something or a person or a thing. And then Ear Biscuits does that's a Good Mythical Mornings podcast. Oh, they do they do recommendations of books, movies, or music.
You know what? I'd like to do something. Like I said, like I got. If you wanna, I could do movies or shows or something like that, or if you wanted to do music or something.
Yeah, we can do like I guess since we're kind of pop culture podcast thing going on. Yeah, we can do like I can do a song, you can do a movie, or we just do vice versa. One of us will do a song, one of us will do a movie weekly for people to see. Does that sound good?
That
We can
sounds
do
good.
that. Why not? It's the start of it right here. We come up with something different. We'll talk about it next time. But
my movie recommendation would be the movie Frailty with Matthew McConaughey, and I think it's Bill Paxton.
That's okay.
That it's a really good movie. There's a lot of twists and turns. One of the twists is kind of obvious, but another twist I actually didn't see coming, and so it's really good in that aspect. I would recommend. Very, very delicious movie, I would say.
Is that what you would recommend about it?
Frailty.
Is that you would recommend that it's because it's delicious?
It's definitely not delicious. It's also kind of like a thriller.
Oh, so not delicious at all.
Yeah. It's about a guy who indoctrinates his kids to pretty much be murderers.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know.
That's an interesting topic for a movie, actually. He's unconscious. Okay. I was like, no, not arcade. My music recommendation, I listened to it last night on a Twitch stream. Recommended it to a few people. Is Firefly by the Gorillaz.
Oh, I know that fucking song. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's on the Now Now album. I'll put a thing of it up. People can see it. Yeah, I definitely recommend that song. It's like similar to Busted and Blue off of Humans, right? Where it's like the album was okay, but this song was really good off the album.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I like Humans is probably one of my favorite albums by Gorillaz, if not my favorite. I just like how weird it is. But most people just think it's okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like my take on it. Is that Busted and Blue carries that album really hard, and Firefly also kind of carries the album on the Now Now pretty hard. Humility's good too, but a little duff twofer for you.
Okay.
Just a few songs off the Now Now. All right.
Let me. Well, I'm gonna finish up what I'm doing with all this real quick, and then.
You're inserting the chip, inserting the platinum chip.
Can you put like a guy's face over this guy?
Yeah.
You put Gary V's face?
Yeah, that's Gary V, the military robot.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm interested. Fallout just got more interesting. Time to get my grind set on.
How long you got in Oh, is that it? Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I just wanted to do that.
Sweet. All right. So the podcast will be out Monday. I know you'll be seeing this on Monday, so it doesn't matter to you guys, but it'll be out on Monday. Every Monday.
Every Monday.
And then highlights are going to come earlier, so we'll try and do one highlight a day right after. So like Tuesday, maybe I will start Wednesday, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, probably 4 or 5 highlights of podcasts if I can.
That sounds good. And you know, I'll come back with more shitty fucking movies.
Oh, and we already had a name for the podcast. We've been
discussed it off air.
We've been sitting on this name for so long because we already had a podcast, and I'm not going to spoil the title because it's going to come back, and we'll talk about it then. But yeah,
JayStation.
Yeah, we can talk. We'll do a quick recap. We talked about
JayStation, Very V,
Jeff Bridgos,
DarkViper, and long-haired guy, and
was that? Are you talking about Bashverse?
No, I was talking about MoistCritikal.
Ooh, well, two very different things.
Very different things. Bashverse dead.
Bashverse for sure.
I wish the thumbnail could be like breaking news or like Bashverse now gone. America's sweetheart.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Sorry.
Rest in peace, Bashverse.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bashverse. You know,
he's dead.
He lived the he did
a life.
Yeah, he definitely lived a life, and he played Minecraft, and that's for damn sure.
And then we talked about movies.
Talked about movies, and we talked about Pyrocynical just because I thought it was.
And watch Smiling Friends. Secondary recommendation of the day. Smiling Friends for sure. Secondary like fourth, but all those things, watch them or look at them, at least.
Well, I gotta go piss, so.
All right.